Hello students, welcome to Physio World. This is our second lecture of musculoskeleton series, and in this video we will discuss radius, ulna, carpal bones, metacarpal bones and phalanges. First bone we are going to discuss is radius. Here you can see this is radius present on the lateral side, and this one is ulna. Radius is one of the two bones that make up the forearm. Radius and ulna form the forearm, and radius is one of the two bones. It forms the radiocarpal joint at the wrist. Here is wrist. Wrist bones are called carpal bones. So radius form radiocarpal joints with the wrist and radio-ulnar joint at the elbow. At the elbow, it forms radio-ulnar joint. It is in the lateral forearm when in anatomical position. This is the anatomical position and it is present on the lateral side. Here you can see this is radius. This is the proximal end of the radius and this is the distal end. At proximal end, it forms radio-ulnar joint with ulna, and at the distal end it forms these are carpal bones. It forms wrist joint with the carpal bones. This is here you can see this is the wrist joint, this is the elbow joint, this is the head of radius, neck, radial tuberosity, anterior border, ulnar notch and radial styloid process. Here is our second bone, ulna. This is the radius and this one is the ulna. Ulna is one of the two forearm long bones that in conjunction with the radius make up the antebrachium. These two bones form the forearm. The bone spans from the elbow to the wrist on the medial side of the forearm while in anatomical position. In anatomical position, radius present laterally and ulna present medially, as we have discussed already. In comparison to the radius, the ulna is described to be larger and longer. Here is ulna bone, head of ulna, ulnar shaft, ulnar tuberosity. This is the radial notch where radius will articulate. This is the crinoid process, olecranon process and trochlear notch. Here you can see clearly the yellow portion is the trochlear notch. This one is the radial notch where radial will articulate, and this one is the olecranon process, and in red here you can see is the crinoid process. Olecranon process. This is the trochlear notch, radial notch. This is the crinoid process. This is radius, ulna, and the membrane between them is interosseous membrane. Here is the styloid process of radius. Here is the styloid process of ulna. This is the head, neck and tuberosity of radius, and as we have already discussed, olecranon, trochlear notch and crinoid process of ulna. Now our next bone is carpal bones. Carpal bones are bones of wrist that connect distal aspect of radial and ulnar bones of the forearm at the bases of 5 metacarpals of the bones. Carpal bones are 8 in number, which are divided into two rows, proximal row and distal row. This is the proximal row and this is the distal row. They are total 8 in numbers. In proximal row, we have scaphoid, leonate, triquetrum and pisiform bone. And in the distal row, we have trapezium, trapezoid, capitate and hamate. Next are metacarpal bones. Here you can see these are five metacarpal bones. Metacarpal bones are five long bones of the hand between the carpal bones and proximal phalanges of the hand that make up most of the palm. Here you can see it is divided into three parts: base, body, and head. Last one are the phalanges. Here you can see carpals, metacarpals. Phalanges are divided into three parts: proximal, intermediate, and distal phalanges. Phalanges are these are 14 bones that are found in fingers of each hand and also in toes of each foot. Each finger has three phalanges: distal, medial, amidal, and proximal, and thumb has only two. Thank you so much. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with your friends.